Ciao guys, welcome back to Italy in Italy, and in today's video we're gonna talk about if the scholarships are real or not, if you actually get the funds and the grants in your account or not, if you get free tuition fee, free accommodation, free meals or not. So we're gonna talk about all of these things and if there is any string attached or not. So I mean, a lot of people actually have a questions, even like students and parents from day one, they are always concerned about like the scholarships that you are telling, or the scholarships that other consultancies or other YouTubers or other friends that you are already have in Italy, they are telling is actually real or not. So today I'm gonna tell you about each and everything with proper proof, if you actually get stipend, if you actually get all of these benefits or not, and all of this if it is fake or not. So let me dive deep into it for you. First of all, for getting any scholarship, you need to first see all scholarship, region scholarship have a call. So if you see, this is a scholarship call, okay? So all scholarship call basically give you all the information about if you're gonna get scholarship or not, okay? So now if you see, let's go down. First of all, which is very important, is what people do mistakes because of which they do not get the scholarships is dates. Now if you see, they have dates. For example, November 30th. Or like September 21st, if you see, or like if you see, these are all the dates. So now they have mentioned deadline for regularization of the application for non-EU students with uploading of additional documentations, ISEE residence permit and receipt showing the issuance of the residence permit. Now the problem is, the last date for the submission of the scholarship for, say, let's say example ISEE Messina is 30th November. They have mentioned strictly that the deadline is this. Now what do people do is, they come in December, they come in January because of late visas. So because of which they do not submit this ISEE Parificato, this residence permit slip or other documents, because of which they lose scholarship. So I mean, number one thing is, if you do things on time, you might get scholarship, okay? Let's go to the second part. So if you see, like for example, all the international students are students off-site or independent, all the Italian students are like student commuter, and all the other people who are living in the residence would be this. But since we are student off-site, that means we are not from Italy, we are from outside, so our total amount would be 7,655. okay, now let's see the bifurcation. So now if you see this chart has like the basic amount 15% that has increased. So if you see, now coming to the off-site student, okay, now if the off-site student, you see, like if you are taking the housing service, this which is the accommodation, and if you're taking the catering service, which is the fooding, so total amount would be this, in which this amount would be deducted. So for Messina, the case is they actually mandatory deduct your amount for meals and for your accommodation, even if you avail the services or not. So for example, if you're an off-site student, we have the total amount 7,655 specifically. Now if they deduct 1,250, if you see, this is for bed, which is the accommodation, and 1,200 if you see, this is for the catering service, which is the meals. Total amount that we receive is 5,205 euros. Okay, now let's go to the ISEE portal. Now this, if you see, is the ISEE portal. Now since we're talking about year 2023 to 2024 first, just let's go to this. This is my request number. Now if you see on my request number, the total amount that they have shown in Porto is 5,205. It is exactly same. Now let's copy the number. Okay, now let's go to the Importo section. So whenever the ministry gives the money, they always roll out this particular receipt that they have given this money to these many accounts, and whatever is the account amount, they have also mentioned there. Let's search the amount. So my request number is this. If you see on my request number, the first installment that I got is 1,624.25 euros. Okay, let's go to the second installment. This is, if you see, this is second, like saldo primi, second installment. And if you control F and V again, the second installment that I got was 3,580.75. okay, now let's go to the calculator. So first amount was 1624.25. okay, now if you see, let's change the date from this to 2024. Now if you see, okay, the first is this on 27th June, I got this amount, which is 1624. Okay, so if you see on the first list, 1624.25, 1624.25. Okay, now let's see the second amount. Okay, now second amount I got from on 9th July 2024, which is 3580. So now if you see, it is 3580.75 from ISEE Messina. Okay, so now if you see, from ISEE Messina, I got another amount, 6580.75. This together makes it 5205 euros. So that is what is mentioned in the main portal. Now one more important thing is, like, let's talk about a little bit about the tuition fee. So if you see, this is my portal. I went to Secretariat, I went to the payment. Okay, now I'm gonna show you if the tuition fee is actually free or not. Okay, so this is my payment portal for the university, and if you see, these are my amounts. Okay, now if you see, I paid, the first year payment of 156 euro. I paid 156 euro, and in 156 euro, if you see the bifurcation, they had around 140 euro as the tax, regional tax, and around 16 euro as the payment, basic stamp duty. So, like, in India we have a stamp paper if you're doing something. This is a stamp duty. So now one very good thing about the free education is, I paid no tuition fee. You see, I paid only 156 euro, which is 140 as the tax and 116 euro as the stamp duty. Now this 140 euro, I'll show you, it also got credited back. Now again, if I'll search my number, you will see my number is here, and again 140, if you see, it's also imported, and see here it's written reimbursement for the tax, regional tax. So 140 also, it got credited, this one. Now let's go to the bank account again. 140 is the tax that I received from the ISEE Messina, if you see again. Okay, on 20th December 2024. So I mean, I literally paid no university fees. If you see, this is my payment portal for the university. Okay, just see what I paid. I paid 156, then I paid 30 euro. This is for the ATM bus, like the yearly bus subscription. It's so cheap. And then for the second year, I paid again 156, and I paid 30 euro for again the bus. And this 32 euro is they take for the transcript. I wanted my transcripts, so it was for that. Okay, so now this was done, and now if I showed you already, I got first year first stipend, second installment, and then the scholarship, this regional tax refund. Now let's go to the second year. Okay, now let's go to the second year. So this is the second year bursary studio 2024 to 2025. Okay, now see, this time they have increased the amount to 5368.37. But like I said, again, just go to the call. This is the call for year 24 to 25. Now let's go again to that. Okay, now if you see again, this year what they have done is they have increased the scholarship to 8068.37. But now they have also increased the price for accommodation, 1500. So they are giving 8068, out of which they will deduct 1500 for accommodation, because I already have the university accommodation. They'll deduct 1200 euros for the food, because I'm already getting the free food in the university canteen. So total amount that I'll be getting is 5368.37. And if you see the portal, 5368.37. Now I have already got the first installment for this year. So let's again copy this new request ID. Let's go to this, and let's go here. If you see, I have already got the first installment, which is 2057.53. Now if you see, this is for 2024. Prima means first, second year second year first installment. Now if you go to my bank account again, you would see this is ISEE Messina, and again on this date they have given me 2057 euros. So that is the best part. You get a scholarship, and now I'm gonna be getting the second installment also, and the regional tax that I paid for around 156 euro, I'm gonna get 140 back again. 140 out back. Now one important thing which no one would tell you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about one important thing which, like, usually people do not tell, is for first year, if you do everything on time, if you do all the documentation correct, you're gonna get the scholarship. As simple as that. You have to reach Italy within time. You have to go do the residence permit, open the bank account, and you have to do prepare your ISEE Parificato from CAF office. Once you do this, you will definitely get scholarship. But for the second year, this is very important, mind you. This is for second year. You also have to get certain credits, because see, the government is giving you money. They're giving you grant for you to study, not for you to travel, spend the money and just enjoy. So what they want you is, they want you to bring certain number of credits and clear certain number of subjects. If you're not studying, if you're not passing subjects, you would not be getting any money. Let me show you this. So now if you come to this this particular table, now what they have listed down, which people tend to miss, or even the consultancies, they do not tell you, is if you do not receive 15 credits, for example, by 10th of August, you have the right for the second installment and reimbursement. Like basically, if you obtain only 20 credits, you maintain the rights for the grant, but you would lose the right to second installment. So आपको second installment you will not be getting. And if you do not fall anything, you will have to pay back the first installment. So remember, if you do not get certain number of credits, you would be required to pay back the first installment, and the meals that you have consumed, you have to pay for each and every meal, and any bed if you have taken. So make sure the scholarship is there, everything is perfect. But if you are not studying, you have to return back the scholarship, even the meals that you have consumed. Okay. And if you see here, they have mentioned the complete chart. If I am a first year student, I have a 2-year master degree. In the second year, I would need 30 credits to basically apply for the next year. And then there is in Italy, there is a scholarship for the third year also, which is like the final year. They give 50% amount, which is called the gratuity amount, that you are graduating. So if for that you need to have almost 80 credits by the end of the second year, so that they consider you for the application for the third year. So first year you definitely get, and you might also have to return if you have not got a certain number of credits. For the second year, you need to get approximately 30. It depends from region to region. That's why I told you to consult someone who has a knowledge. We also help students to get the scholarship process done A to Z complete. We take complete guarantee that you get the scholarship. But you also need to be double sure, because you need to check certain criteria which people usually do not know. They tend to have difficulties later. So if you are finding difficulties in understanding the process, if you do not know how the documentation is, you can always check out my other videos. I'm gonna link it with this video, and you're gonna see and you're gonna know that okay, if you actually get or not, what are the other requirements, what are the date requirements. Because see, there are multiple bodies, there are multiple regions. Like for example, there is IRSU, there is Ergo, there is DSU, there is EduSU, Piemonte. So I mean, all the universities, they have different bodies. For example, Turin, okay, Politecno di Turin, and then there is all of these universities has EduSU Piemonte. For example, Palermo, Messina, Catania, they have all of these has IRSU scholarship. And for other, like for example, Bologna, Ferrara, and then your Parma and Modena, all of these has Ergo scholarship. And for example, your Milan, Politecno di Milano, they all have DSU Milano scholarship. So basically, all regions have different scholarship. They have different dates, different deadlines, different requirements, different documentation. So I mean, you have to be very careful so that you do it right, because one small mistake would make you lose the scholarship. So I mean, it is better to always stay in touch with seniors who have already gone and received the scholarship, so that they can guide you better, so that you actually get this and you do not miss out because of one small mistake. If you lose it, it's actually a very big loss for you. Okay, now I'm gonna show you like I already showed you, that you would need around this 80 credits and around 25 credits or 30 credits for 3-year course, 25 and 80. For 2 years course, it's 30 and 80 for IRSU Messina. So you get 80 credits, 30 credits you get for the scholarship second year, you get 80 credits, you get half scholarship for the third year, even though you have graduated or you're about to graduate or you have extended your semester. Okay, so now I have already shown you my IRSU portal, that we actually get the amount there. I have already showed you the import sheets, that the amount has been credited for 3 times, like last 2 installments for last year and 1 installment for the current year, plus the regional tax refund I have also shown you. Now I have also shown you this free tuition fee, that you do not have to pay any tuition fees. Now I'm going to take you to the meals section. Okay, so now let's if you see, okay, there are multiple things. For example, Interio means full meal, 100% meal. primo means only the first meal, because they always give 2 meals, the first and the secondo, primo and the secondo. So if you just take primo, it's 60%. If you take secondo, it's 77%. If you eat pizza, it would be 80%, and if you eat insalata, it would be 53%, panino 40%. So basically what happens is, right now if you see, because I'm a scholarship winner, I got all of this for free. You see 00000, all of this is written 00000. But if you are not a scholarship winner, meals are costing around 6 euros to 8 euros. So this interior 100% would be for 6 euro. For primo it would be 4 euro. For secondo it would be 5 euro. For pizza it would be some 4-5 euro. So I mean, now if you see everything, it is completely free. So if you see, I chose, for example, interior. So now I'll click on interior. If you see, it is redeemed. So my 100% scholarship has been redeemed. So now see, it is interior 100% Annunziata. On 10th of February I took the scholarship and I took this meal and I got it for completely free. So the main important part is, if you see, all the meals are free. So that is part 2 that I wanted to share, that your tuition fee is free, your meals is free. Now coming to accommodation, yes, the accommodation is also free. Now I would want you to basically basically see this thumbnail and go and check out this video. If you go and check out this video, you're gonna see that I am living in a university accommodation, though it is a merit-based accommodation. So either you can get accommodation through merit-based scholarship or need-based scholarship, which is the regional scholarship. But I got accommodation through merit scholarship, so they do not give accommodation twice, neither I wanted. So basically they just deducted my amount and I did not get accommodation. But already I'm getting it from merit-based scholarship. So accommodation is covered, fooding is covered, your tuition fee is covered, and your grant is covered. So yes, the scholarship is real, the scholarship is, it is genuinely available. Students do get benefit from it, but there are only the strings attached. In the first year you would need to show that you are coming from a little poor background. So that is usually because in India mostly people are coming from a poor background, they have income less than 20 lakhs 25 lakhs. So you're gonna get regional scholarship for sure. Second is, for the first year you need to reach Italy on time, do proper documentation. Sometimes the format for the scholarship is wrong, sometimes the documentation is not correct, sometimes people do not know if the documents are format is right or wrong, or many a times there are 3 ways to submit the document. One is basically to send the documents via courier after it has been apostilled and translated. Second is to upload on the portal. So on the portal sometimes the university asks to upload it and they verify from there. Number 3, they ask you to physically come to Italy and submit in person to the CAF office, get the ISEE Parificato and submit that to the regional body. So sometimes people do not know if they had to courier and they miss the dates and deadlines and they lose the scholarship. So if you do all of these things on time, if you submit the documentation, if you fulfill the number of credits that you need for the second year, and you make your bank account and you submit all the details on time, you're gonna definitely get scholarship like I got, and I showed you all the proofs. So I hope you like the video, and in case of any difficulty, feel free to reach out to us. We prepare your entire scholarship document, we make your entire application for need-based scholarship and your merit-based scholarship both, so that you get scholarship and you do not have a lot of burden on your parents that they have to pay a very, very heavy amount, which is the case for US, Canada, Ireland, other countries. They have a very, very high tuition fee and they have very high cost of living. Here the tuition fee is 0, and like I showed you, entire regional tax is also refunded, and your meals and accommodation comes down to 0. Moreover, you get around 5, 6, 7 lakh rupees in your bank account, and every year the amount is increasing. If you see, last year I got 5,200, this time I'm gonna get 5,400 something. So I mean, just trust the process, trust the government. They're gonna help you out. They are all sitting there to help you out, but they want you to study. Do not misuse the funds. Use it effectively for your studies, for your for your future, for building your future, and it would be really, really helpful for you. That was it. Now you can connect with us for any more doubts or questions that you have. You can go to our website called the You can connect to me on my Instagram, which is avral.agarwal, or my company's Instagram, which is Italy and Italy. You can always drop an email to us at support@italyitaly.com. And in case you have more doubts, you would like me to come on a meet session 1-to-1 and talk to you, then you can always book this 1-to-1 session with me on Google Meet. I'll be happy to find out a slot for you and we can come over the meet for discussion. And this is the QR code. We have a student community WhatsApp group. You can join this WhatsApp group and find friends who are going to same university, or you can talk to each other, you can discuss. It's a public group that you can join and you can take benefit out of it. And this is my personal WhatsApp number. In case of any difficulties, feel free to reach out to me on my WhatsApp. I'll try to help you the best that I could.